Hi, what would you advise for scaling pure lead gen business to 100 or even thousands of sites? I get this question all the time. I'm going to take a little sip. Like I always say, if you can do it once, you can do it 10 times. You can 10 times, you can do it 100 times. I think sometimes people overthink systems too much. And it's like, it's this huge, what's the word? Mental masturbation session where we're like, I have to get to this many sites. So my question would be, I don't know how many sites you have right now, Robert, but let's just say you have 10. Okay. What was your process to get those 10 done? Did you outsource it? Did you do it yourself? Whatever that was. Let's just say for version 1 is you did it yourself. You did all these 10 yourself. Okay. Most likely you don't want to do them all yourself going forward. So you have the option of outsourcing them out or hiring someone in-house to do them for you, right? And keeping them accountable. I know that I think we produced a couple hundred of them last month. So I know Donnie can produce, and I'm not telling you to just outsource us. We're just a good resource, I feel like, for it. But if you don't want to do that and you want to do it all internally, just look at the time frame it takes you to produce one. I know in the training, in 3.0 here, in the training, I literally went into this group. This was before we had the ability to do the done for you services through Donnie. But I went in the group, I hired 10, I think it was 10 people. I said, hey, I'm going to lunch, okay? I need you to write a page, 1,000 words. I think it was 1,000 words, I said. 1,000 to 1,500 words on this specific service. And so I said, and here's the catch. You only get the job if you can have it back to me before I get back from lunch. So you have basically 2 hours. I'm gonna take an extended lunch, okay? So I literally left for lunch, came back, and I had 10 pages written. I paid a little bit of a premium for it, and when you look at it, but it doesn't matter. I got the job done. So between leaving for lunch and home, I had my entire site finished. Obviously the guts of the site, I just had to paste the content on there and move the pictures around, which you guys see me do in the training. But that was all done while I went to lunch. So human capital, when you're talking about how you scale, is really, in my opinion, the key, because you don't want to bog yourself down, in my opinion, to doing it all yourself. I think there's smarter ways to utilize your time. I think the smartest revenue generating activity would be, filling those, whatever you have, 10 or 20 or 30, making sure all those clients are filled in first. That's the best use of your time, in my opinion. So don't overthink how to scale. Look at what you've currently done. How'd you get to the current size you're at? And then let's double that. Like, well, it took me 3 years to do it. I have 10 sites up in 3 years. Well, it didn't really take you 3 years, right? It's just you didn't have a concerted goal on the books of where you're going. And so you just kind of plunked along and just kind of let yourself and your business rely on chance of when you got motivated again. So that's why part of the stuff I have in that goal sheet is, look, how many lead gen sites do you want this year? Like, what's your goal? Then we can stay specific on it. We know exactly what we're after. We can break it down. We can go after it that way. Again, I'm not big on the idea of like, I got to create this complex plan. Dude, let's knock out 10. And once you figured out the logistics of how you like to work, because obviously there's a lot of different moving parts of the process, then you can just add your next 20 and then 40, right? It gets simple once you've done it and you work out the kinks, okay? Everyone works a little bit differently. Some people love certain parts of the process. They do it all themselves. Some people outsource certain pieces of the process. So you're gonna know your own process, but just look back over the work that you've done, condense and compress time.